Let's check in with weather specialist Noor Rafat.
Hey, thanks very much, Megan. Well, we know rain was on the way for Good Friday, but we knew it wasn't going to be a write-off when it comes to the entire day, because now we're seeing some of these beautiful sunny breaks that were expected in the Toronto region. Very mild conditions as well. 11 degrees just now outside the Toronto airport. A lot of wind for much of southern, southwestern, eastern Ontario, and really highlighting the difference that the direction of the wind can make. It's from a friendlier direction now. A lot of that mild air has been crashing through the province. Winds are 26 degrees at this hour. That's warmer than some parts of Los Angeles today. Quite incredible. Those double digits extending all the way to the east and even just to the north of Sudbury, where we're seeing 10 degrees. There was some rain, but there was also some thunderstorms, and I'm sure some community members in Toronto, the GTHA, southwestern Ontario, heard the thunder rumbling, saw some of that lightning. The risk continues when it comes to rain specifically for this region right here into the evening. So we're looking at Orillia, Minden, Fenland Falls, northern Kawartha Lakes, also into the Bruce Peninsula and Owen Sound. That's where you could see up to 50 millimeters of rain through the evening and into tomorrow morning. So you're going to start to see that wet weather roll in 9, 8 o'clock, and quite heavy at times it will be come tomorrow, seeing that rain push through into the GTHA. Again, other parts of southern and eastern Ontario with a risk of thunderstorms, but as your day progresses, already looking at some sunny breaks heading into the early evening. Incredibly mild, still windy into the overnight tonight, but mostly dry in the Toronto region. And by tomorrow, as I mentioned, you're greeted with some rain, a risk of thunderstorms in the early morning, windy conditions for much of the day, mostly cloudy as well. Your high expected to be 17 degrees. Megan?
All right, thank you, Noor. Catholics around the world are taking part in Good Friday.
Well, if you're worried that you're going to have to say goodbye to those double-digit temperatures anytime soon, don't worry. I'll tell you the good news right now. It will be great the next 7 days or so, sticking with those double digits for the majority of the week. Slight dips in temperature, but certainly not like what others in other parts of the country are seeing, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Tomorrow, above average temperatures, 16 or 17 degrees for that high, but the trade-off, of course, is that risk of thunderstorm early in the morning, along with that rain and windy conditions, especially as the day progresses. Still looking at a mild overnight, heading into your evening hours and into Sunday morning as well. Here is that ridge in the jet stream, and with that, seeing the milder air push through eastern Canada, northeastern USA, parts of the Midwest, and yet again, a tale of two seasons in the prairies. They are at the mercy of some strong winds in the next few days, cooling down central and eastern regions and warming up western sections of the prairies. And a switch up is in the cards as early as tomorrow. Watch Saskatchewan go from the single digits, even the below zero temperatures, into the upper teens as early as tomorrow, thanks in part to those winds. So instability over here. We're not going to see as much of a flip-flop when it comes to the temperatures on this side of the country, but you will see a flip-flop when it comes to precipitation versus no precipitation. And we're in for more of that precipitation come tomorrow, with the risk of thunderstorms, as I mentioned earlier in the morning. The day progresses, you'll start to see some sunny breaks. And then heading into your Sunday, that's really the sweet spot when it comes to the sunshine. Enjoy it while you can, although it will be slightly cooler. Monday brings another round of rain, southern, central Ontario, and snow as you head towards the north, where conditions will be cooler. So the dip in temperature expected around the Sunday region for parts of the GTHA, also heading into eastern Ontario. Tomorrow, though, 11 or 18 rather in Belleville, very different temperature than 11, 17 in Niagara Falls, and Hamilton 18 degrees. Milton as well, 18 degrees. So cool downs on Sunday with that sunshine, and then climbing back up to those double digits Monday, Tuesday, drying up as well, getting brighter Wednesday, Thursday, and then heading into the following weekend. Could be seeing some rain making its way into the GTHA, potentially into your Saturday. Now, if you really want to make it rain, how about you try your luck with the Lotto? Saturday's Lotto 649 Gold Ball jackpot is an estimated $50 million, plus the classic jackpot of $5 million. Buy tickets in-store or at olg.ca. Please play responsibly. Adults only, 18 plus.
And before we go, Cass, let's check in with weather specialist Noor Rafat.
Hey, thanks very much, Megan. Well, if you ask anyone how was the weather like today, it really depends on who you ask and at what time. Today wasn't exactly a write-off, but there were some thunderstorms, some rain earlier in the morning in Toronto. Then we got some spectacular sunny breaks, and now back at it again with that rain at this hour and some very mild 12-degree conditions outside the Toronto airport. Spectacular highs, though, into the 20s for the GTHA, 26 in Windsor. That's warmer than some parts of LA. Just incredible were these temperatures. But along with that, the trade-off was the unsettled weather, and it continues at this hour still for parts of Ontario. Around the Bruce Peninsula, a risk of those thunderstorms turning severe into the evening and overnight hours. Hail could be expected. Also, some gusts up to 70 kilometers per hour. And those communities in gray extending into Huntsville, northern Kawartha Lakes, Orillia, even into Fenland Falls, well, they could be seeing accumulating rainfall heading into the evening, up to 50 millimeters in total. So here is that rain continuing overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. The risk of thunderstorms rolls into the GTHA as well, Niagara Falls, maybe into eastern Ontario come tomorrow morning. But as the afternoon progresses, the skies start to dry up. Some sunnier breaks expected. Sunday, though, brings that wall-to-wall sunshine, and it will be spectacular blue skies expected from the southwest all the way to the east. 12 degrees overnight tonight, expected to be mostly dry in Toronto, but the rain and the thunderstorm risk rolls back again into your day tomorrow morning, getting brighter as the day progresses. Windy conditions, though, with a high of 17 expected. Megan?
All right, thank you, Noor. Looking for something to
Well, if you're worried about the fact that the double digits are not going to last very long, there's some good news on that front. You're going to see a lot of double digits in the next 7 days, starting with tomorrow. In fact, milder conditions expected, or I shouldn't say milder, but still very mild in comparison to the average, 17 degrees for that high. The flip side, though, it does come with a risk of thunderstorms, windy conditions, and those winds start to shift direction from the northwest in the evening, meaning cooler conditions on the way. The setup for a cooler than average Sunday. For now, that ridge in the jet stream has been bringing in that mild air. You can see it around eastern Canada, pushing into parts of central Canada as well. Switch up on the way, or unfolding rather, in the prairies. We were seeing some above average temperatures in western parts of the prairies, aka Alberta. But a cold front is moving in, and that will start to bring those temperatures down to single digits, bring some snow in the forecast as well for areas like Calgary. No surprise to the prairies, and things are starting to slowly warm up in the eastern sections of that region, thanks to some strong winds flip-flopping between a northerly flow, a southerly flow at times. Over here, expecting some windy conditions come tomorrow, and then windy as well on your Sunday. But the risk of thunderstorms, as I mentioned, continues into your morning hours around the GTHA, potentially into the east as well. Things start to dry up by the afternoon. Some sunny breaks in store, but Sunday is takes the cake when it comes to the better day for seeing that sunshine wall-to-wall for much of the day. On Monday, expecting to see that rain push in really early on for that morning commute yet again. Pockets of heavy rain on and off, and it looks like snow to the north. We're not really worried about accumulation heading into Monday when it comes to that rain so far, but you will notice a shift in temperatures on Sunday with a bounce back on Monday into those double digits yet again. So 15 degrees tomorrow in Cobourg, 17 in Oshawa, 16 in Barrie. You can see it's still expected to be mild. And then on Sunday, down to 8 degrees with that cooler air settling in, up to 10 by Monday with some rain, 10 on Tuesday with some sunnier breaks, and then starting to recover heading into Thursday, 13 degrees Friday, a chance of showers, your high 12 degrees.